doesn't quite like me. I like it when my chords move chromatically, but body doesn't quite like me. I like it when my chords move chromatically, but body doesn't quite like me.
All right, sorry for the wait, y'all. Check 1 2. What's going on? Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. My I only have solid states on my computer, so normally samples should load pretty quickly, but for some reason every time I selected a sample, I would get the spinning wheel of doom. And it would just sit there for a solid couple of minutes. And eventually it would play something. But anyways. Hi everyone. How's it going? Yeah, always hard to say if it's an Ableton thing or if it's, I don't know, who knows what else it could be. Yeah, 'tis Thursday. Planning on just playing things a little bit by ear today. Probably gonna go bounce around through some project files today. I think I'm gonna start the stream off just kind of doodling around, figure some stuff out. That was weird. I had a Reese armed with a Nord. I was like, what is going on? Now, that kind of made me think about how funny it would be to hear songs that are meant to be played on piano being played on a Reese instead. We gotta do follow-up. Call me Denver. What's up? Thank you for the follow. What is going on? My computer's on one today. Let's see. What could I try to play on the Reese? First, let's not make it monophonic. Let's switch it to poly. Voices 32. Oh, that didn't do what I thought it would do. We could play Harry Potter. All right. Hey, Call Me Denver. Thanks for joining for the first time. Finally catching one of these streams live. Cool. Well, I had some technical issues there at the beginning, but I think we're all good now. I was just throwing together some sounds here for a little housey loop. Let's record this. Ocean Gray. Hope you're doing well. Art Nerd. Hey, you know, just want to give another shout out to Art Nerd for hooking it up with some really awesome assets for the stream. BRB loop, the going live loop, some stuff in Discord too. So, a little shout out to Art Nerd. Really appreciate you. You know what always sounds good? Low passed piano with a little bit of resonance. Add a little multi-band compression here. Let's try to make a little bass pluck here. I kind of like the idea of having something sustained instead of plucked. So let's just... set up a sidechain for this real quick. Where's the dummy? There it is. It's kind of cool. I kind of like the reverb sitting on top after the filter closes back down. It's kind of satisfying. have some Nest. Something from Nest could be cool here. Some of my other homies are on that Monster Cat Undertale collab. Yeah, that was really cool the way things worked out there. Really glad that I got to be a part of that. Okay, let's get another keyscapes thing going here. I think I want to try to solo a little bit on with one of the double felt. there. Okay, this latency is kind of insane. I'm just gonna quickly restart this and switch it up to 128 super quick. Just a brief intermission. Damn, that USB was really hard to unplug for some reason. All right. Let's try to quantize this a little bit. Cool to have a acoustic drum kit in here to jam on too. Cool. That's a fun little jam session there. I guess we could save it as a sketch journal. Let's copy maybe this over here. Just to like start the song or sketch, rather. And then we can maybe record a quick render it just as a little sketch, a wee little sketch to get the brain juices flowing. Oh man, there's been so much going on lately. I feel like it's making my processing power is like stifled. Also, where am I going with this saving right now? Here we go. I mean, my brain processing power, obviously. What is it today? It's September 25th, 09/25, 2025. Control S. Okay. I kind of want to sketch something else. Let's just switch up the BPM here. Let's delete all this. And let's go to like 90 BPM. And let's find some fun sounds to work with here. I promise I won't just throw in a cone sound loop, but damn. Oh, so cool. I don't think I've tried that one out yet. It is tempting. But yeah, let's do something else. Let's find some kind of kick to start things off with. Make sure to use a different file. Yeah, totally. I don't think I want any of these. Sure, we could start with this. Not looking really for live drums, but let's keep browsing. It's kind of a cool sound. Let's replace this. Kind of, I'm hearing it transposed. Let's get rid of most of this tail. Let's route the dummy to this drum rack instead. Grab that dummy. There we go. Let's record that. Huh? Why is this legato not working? I'm kind of hearing like some kind of square wave based bass line. Let's just start really simple. I think just like these downbeats. Kind of hearing some other perks popping in. Can bust out the old Vengeance pack, see if they have any random little beeps and boops for us to throw in here. Know what I'm creating here. Let's I feel like I know kind of what I need to work on, so I'm trying to like maybe do a little palette cleanser type session where I'm just kind of coming up with stuff that's very different than what I know I need to spend a bunch of time finishing up these next few days. So this is kind of maybe like a little self-indulgent thing here, but might be necessary for me to get in the zone with finishing some of these projects, namely that Braken collab. There's some sounds. I kind of like those. Okay, let's start with that. So let's go like. And then how am I gonna? It's like. So we'll do a little triplet thing leading into this. What do I add next? It's kind of nonsense right now. Maybe this is a good instance to think about some ARPs, but let's go back to Nest here for a moment. Now that there's more elements, I think that we could actually throw in a really simple little hi-hat groove in here. Thinking about there's this specific excuse me. There's a specific Oliver drum loop. Yeah, let's go like this. That was a challenge. Kind of cool if let's try to loop just the drums here for a moment. And get rid of this sustain pedal automation. Whoops. I think we want to get rid of the side chain for the rim shot. Yo, thank you for the follow, Fripo. Where'd that Reese go from earlier? Reese's sound so funnier. Funny in the higher octaves. Let's go back to single note. And let's switch it to glide. It'd be kind of cool. Hold on, let me throw some. I don't really know what I'm doing with this, but try to do something a little bit more, like less of a, maybe like more of an 808 hit, I guess, than the, less noisy. Let's just make something really simple real quick here. Okay, let's do this. Boom. Let's add maybe a little bit of pitch just to the beginning of the hit. Let's try that, I guess. It's probably not long enough for what I'm thinking, but turn this way up. I'm kind of like picturing some kind of like almost like scratched sounding bass sounds. Oh man, that's such a bummer. All these patches that should be loading still aren't. Yeah, I don't know why I expected those to suddenly work, but that does kind of suck. I had a bunch of really cool sound design that I made last year that I wanted to throw in here, but we can just try to make something new, I guess. mute these chords for a moment here. Might create a little bit of space for me to jam out on some kind of sound design. Kind of make this processing chain a little bit more just like a little slightly more squashed. Kind of curious how bad this would sound with some shifter action on here. I'm not really looking for any particular sound. I'm just kind of exploring. Kind of interesting. Let's keep looking through some combs. Because why not? Are you guys annoyed by these sounds yet? love comb filters. They're so funny. I have no idea what to do with any of this. But let's keep getting a little lost in the sauce here, I think. Let's get a reverb in here. Maybe we can have one downbeat sound at least. What am I doing right now? That's kind of an interesting sound. I do like just kind of trying to make random stuff. I don't know what to do with the stuff I'm making right now, though. That's kind of interesting. Maybe I should just make a bunch of effect sounds instead of trying to work this into a track. Wait, where's that housey beat from earlier? Do we still? I think we kind of have some of the sounds here still. Maybe we switch up the BPM. Or you know what? What time is it? 2:15. I should probably actually get to work on something that I'm planning to release instead of just dinking around. I guess we could save this as another sketch journal idea. There's not really much to it, but I don't know. What do I call this? I don't know. Sine chord chill vibe? I don't know. Eeny, meeny, manny, mo. My partner in the living room is. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, but thanks for joining the chat for the first time. Appreciate it. I'm going to switch up the sample right here so we can open up some heftier project files, and we'll get back into the Braken collab maybe. Let's start with that. Bro. All right. Let's do it. I have noodled around for long enough. I opened a new technique with that comb flanger feedback for myself. I love doing that kind of stuff. That the sound that happens when you go really low on the cutoff with the comb filters and you have the resonance really high and you start getting what sounds more like almost like a delay at times is really fun to play with. This is just gonna take a second here. Sophie type beat. I do love Sophie's music. Still can't believe they passed away. That was I don't know if it was really that publicly shared what, not that it even really matters what the cause of death was, but like it mattered in the sense that it felt like it was kind of out of the blue, guess a lot of deaths are out of the blue, but... Whoa. Wait, that shouldn't be like that. One sec. Let me fix this. Wait, why is this? Yo, am I tripping out? What is going on? Is that why that's not doing anything? There we go. Wait, what does this do? Sidechain listen. Oh, I see. I really wish I could feedback all pass filters into this. She fell off the building. Wow, that's a terrible way to go. Actually, I just had a pretty solid idea for a mix thing. All of my every time I get excited about some kind of mixing idea, it always ends up being compactor. But it's so awesome. I feel like I'm still figuring out how to use it exactly, but I think that so there's this like background foreshadowing melody slowly building in, and that's the main part of the drop, and it's like slightly competing with the melody for this section of the build. So I'm thinking let's sidechain the this background foreshadowing lead to that main lead, but there's so many layers to that, so I don't really know which layer to choose. Let's just grab the top one, I guess. What is that called? It's just 2 serum. We'll select that. 2 serum. Fun thing is, like, with this being in a group, or I mean, sorry, a rendered piece of audio, there's a lot of stuff you can do when it's all grouped together in a single piece of audio like this. I was just throwing infiltrators on here and experimenting with that because it's kind of fun. So let's take a look. Maybe some kind of it's not so much because I'm just looking for like additional small fills maybe, or little moments where we can slow pans freak me out. Woo! What the hell was that? That's crazy. Woo! It's actually kind of fire there for like a brief moment. It's kind of cool. Hold on. Let's get the mix all the way down to 0. And I don't know if it's necessary, but it's fun. Kind of like it a little bit more toned back like that, just a little extra fill there. I did a little bit of work on the bridge section. Yo, where did that hype train just come from? Oh my gosh, did I miss a sub? Yo, I'm not sure how that happened, but call me Denver. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. I was working on this bridge section a little bit as well. Trying to think about where I left this off. What's up, Going Quantum? I think this moment here needs some work because I really want this. I haven't run this by George yet, but I think it could be cool for the second drop to have a brief little fake out. I'm not really sure. Like I think this entire drop is so short in a lot of ways the first time around that I don't really mind it happening in a similar way, but I just thought a little fake out there could be kind of cool. But anyways, I think that the big sections that still need some work. I think I actually got the outro figured out. Yeah, I kind of like that as the ending. But everything I'm doing right now, I still need to run by George and see what he thinks. But we've been pretty much on the same wavelength for almost everything, so. Okay, a couple things. Let's have the hi-hat start before this, and then maybe just have it gently start fading in. Yeah, I like that more. That's not right. Yeah, let's get some acoustic snare roll specifically for this transition. I think that'll be really helpful. Let's see. Snare. That one's not bad. I was hearing 8th notes, not 16ths, otherwise I would consider using that. Probably not Oliver. I think that a lot of the processing on those is quite intense, like really sharp transients. I don't know. I'm not really hearing any of these working that well, but let's just try something out. And let's just actually, hold on. I should be doing this with the utility. My lazy ass is just... I'm always tempted to automate the track volume, but it's just not a good habit. Okay, and then I think let's pitch these up a bit. Let's get rid of the bass here, maybe, and just focus on that, that riff, or snare roll. Alright, how can we kind of like... How can we beef this up a little bit, but make it still sound acoustic? I'm actually curious. I just want to throw that 16th note fill underneath. Just see how that sounds for a moment. This is a 140. That actually works pretty well. I could maybe compactor the fill snares based on the is it 54? Track number 54. Yeah. Just to kind of like glue them together a little bit. Where is that random clap coming from? I think it's this. I think there needs to be one more bass layer in here. There's some like something in those mids I feel like is missing a little bit. Let's see. So this can actually, I'm gonna use this to create a little bass slide into that downbeat. Yeah, something along those lines. Okay. Oh, well, we definitely don't want it to trigger the sliding there, so let's see, why did that happen there? There's got to be some oh, there is. There we go. This should probably fix it. Let's make sure that this is quantized so that... There we go. There's still sliding. We can just copy this to the lower layer. Yo, thank you for the follow, RM Cart. Okay, I think that's sounding a little bit better. Sounds like, I'm not sure if all of it's getting sidechained at the moment. It's all being sent to intro synths. This group, this is being sent to intro. Intro is being sent to 60 group. And that is not being sidechained. Interesting. Oh my gosh, why must we have so many tracks? This is insane. All right, let me just make sure this is not going. Intro synths doesn't have any effects on it. I think we can send all 4 of these directly to a sidechain group without missing anything. Let's try it. Something about this kick is bothering me. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about this fake out stuff. It's like, because there's so many things happening, there's so many sounds here, and there's so much tension being built into this section that, like, I don't know. It's kind of cool. I mean, at least it creates some variation compared to the first drop. But I feel like it still needs some work. Love how everything is taking shape, Martin. By the way, will the song have lyrics? Thank you. Yeah, I think it's coming together. The way it's ending up looking is probably no lyrics. We had some in a version of this song, and I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it. I think it's weird because George and I, we can cover a lot of bases, but for some reason I was having a really hard time seeing the potential in the stuff that we're writing. And honestly, now I don't know that it really needs vocals. Feels like it kind of works as is. Let's go back to the intro. I changed my mind about the infiltrator. I don't think I want that in there. It's kind of unnecessary, I think. As interesting as it is kind of like almost distracting from the main motif. Okay, this is one of the sections that still needs some work. I think part of me is hearing this and I'm like, man, it just needs a little more. The melody needs a little more flair, I think. Let's unfreeze this for a second. Because the second time around, it doesn't have to be quite as rigid. I mean, I do think I have the lower octave in there. It's just there's a crazy amount of latency, so excuse my terrible playing here, but let me just try to get a feel for whether there's something that I can throw in here. really this second half, I think, where I could maybe add a little more variation. So let's think about this one more time. Just a really simple variation. I'm gonna have to go in here and just fix this MIDI because it's totally out of whack. Let's check it out. Yeah, as to be expected. Bunch of... You could probably delete a lot of empty and unused sounds. You know, it's funny you say that because normally I like going and deleting stuff. I feel a little differently about that because it's a collab. In part because I don't know if maybe George is thinking about still reintroducing some of that stuff. Because I know how it goes. Sometimes you mute a track temporarily and you're like, oh, I'll come back to it later. But something else that I've noticed with this song in particular, when you've worked on a track long enough where you have like over 100 tracks, something that can be really fun is going back and unmuting stuff and finding things that you weren't sure whether you're going to use. And then you're like, wait, actually, this is kind of cool. Like I went back into the intro and basically just copy pasted a bunch of the work that we had done there for the outro, and it actually worked really nicely. That's a little bit different than, you know, deleting tracks that look like they're not being used. But it's interesting that I guess kind of feels like it's something that I think I really like doing with songs. Is like creating a giant sandbox of just things that feel like they're relevant to an idea, and then you just kind of like have all these toys to play with to make this idea come to life. And a lot of the times it just helps to have so many options, like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, throw this in here, and oh, and then in this particular like little 1 second fill you can have this thing come in. And yeah, anyways, I guess I'm just saying, like, just in case, we'll keep it around. But the funny part is I'm still going to complain about there being a bunch of tracks anyways, so I'm just being annoying. Okay, hold on. See if I can copy this last little bit over to another layer or two that's playing melodic stuff. Wait, what is the timing on this? Wait, that just gave me an idea. What if we use the reverb and then pitch the reverb tail going an octave higher into this section? That could be kind of cool. Okay, there's some issues in that section, but real quick, I'm gonna try to duplicate this, and then I'm just gonna render this last little bit with a bunch of Valhalla. And then let's get rid of that low end stuff, and we'll commit to audio. Yeah, let's bounce this. And how should we? Oh no, we can just automate the transposition in the audio clip itself. I was thinking about using shifter, but this might be easier. So let's see if we can go like this. And we'll go to Complex Pro, Envelope, Transposition. Hopefully this isn't like it's a granular thing like sense. It'll do it in sense, not something like that. That actually helps a lot, I think. Okay, something is still really wrong though in the mix of this section. Let me get rid of this kick drum for a moment. Actually, I'm gonna do this instead. I'm gonna group this kick drum, and I want to see if that's what the issue is. Let's mute this and just throw in some random other kick, just something that is aggressive and kind of fills up the spectrum. Yeah, let's just whatever, throw that in there. You can probably tighten it a bit. Just take a listen to it with this instead. I think this is maybe tuned a bit too low, or the pitch movement is too short. This kick isn't perfect either, but let's grab some utilities and try to maybe bring down the volume of some of these sounds towards the end of this section. Okay, well, let's just copy that over. Wait, where did I? Huh? Wait, what did I just automate? What is this? Track volume. I didn't mean to do that. Let's try to do this. There we go. Oh, that's totally fair. I was mostly referencing just completely empty tracks. Oh, did I? Yeah, there might be some completely empty ones too that I didn't notice. But thanks for pointing that out, Dolansky. I appreciate it. Like, this one looks like it's not being used. I don't know. But anyways. Volume of these bass chugs kind of reduced there. Leading into the bridge. So, one thing that's bothering me a little bit about this section. It's this dummy. I don't want the dummy to be sidechaining as much, I think, on those snare hits. So maybe we just automate it like this, which is a little bit silly, but all right, let's see how that sounds. Much more natural, I think. Why is reverb just so pleasing to listen to? I just mean on basically like any sound too. I was gonna add some auto pan to this Not at first, but so it would start normal. Honestly, not very noticeable, but whatever. Yeah, like some of these notes on the synth sound a little off. If we get rid of that lower octave, does that do anything? I think it's actually the kick drum interfering with sounds, like the tail of that kick drum is popping in. It's there before the sounds have been. What am I trying to say? Oh, my brain is so fried from today. I woke up really early too, so like earlier than I normally do. And I think I threw my body off rhythm. I think I was trying to say that the tail is there while the sidechain has already stopped working, so the low end from the kick is like interfering with some of the sounds that are being sidechained. We'll see what George thinks of this fake out thing. I'm still not sold on it. Kind of feels like there's maybe too much going on, but... It's pretty close. It's pretty close to being done. Let's take a listen to the second post drop again. I actually really love these background sounds. It sounds somewhere between like a bird chirping and a droplet of water. It's just got a cool vibe to it because of the frequency shifter. Okay. I think I can save this. Let's take a listen through the whole thing. And if it's in a decent enough state, I think I can send this to George and see what he thinks of this version. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, I think it's just a few more tweaks and then I think we're done. gotta do that volume automation on those little bass chugs here at the end again. Cool. I think it's not in a bad place at all. It's getting really close to the end. Cool. Let's save it. Let's render it, and we'll send it to George and see what he thinks. And then I really think, you know, he'll have his last set of revisions. I'll have my last set of revisions, and then I think we'll be done with the track, and then we could still get it out this year. ASMR album. What's up? What's up, Ben? How's it going? God, ASMR makes me so bad. I have like a visceral reaction to it. I wonder what the psychology is behind that, but like I'm such a peaceful person. I don't really get aggressive, but there's something about the sound of like people's like lips smacking, like when they're like eating food or something. It's just like bothers me. Misophonia? Misophonia? Is that? Hold on, let me Google this. Oh, okay. So it's not specific to like sounds of eating. It's just specific sounds. Hatred of specific sounds. We kind of, I feel like most people have something like that, right? Audiophile things. What's up, Minos? Thanks for joining the chat for the first time. Phobia of miso soup. Nah. No, nothing will make me afraid of miso soup. Even as a kid, I loved miso soup. We would go in Austria. One of the bigger sushi chains is called Akakiko. Maybe they have it throughout Europe. I'm not sure, but I would just like eat a bowl of rice with soy sauce and a miso soup. That would be like my favorite meal. It was like a treat. It really felt so satisfying. Just carbs and sodium. Like basically zero nutritional value. There's like 2 pieces of seaweed with some fiber and then like some tofu in there, a little tiny bit of protein. It's like a very incomplete meal, but it was what I wanted, I guess. Okay, cool. Let's open up a new project file here, and we'll probably wrap up the stream with I don't know, let's just sketch another new idea from scratch. Get some chords down. Play a little piano. A wee Austrian turtle slurping miso. Yep, that was me. Also, so Lego Bane, the user Lego Bane, and we went to college together, and I had this random flashback because he's just calling me a turtle to when so I gotta give some quick backstory to this, but in college when I met a lot of the friends that I made there, I spent a lot of my time just like in the studio, or it wasn't like it was a makeshift studio, but they ended up kind of creating the nickname Turtle for me because I wasn't very outgoing, so they thought it was like a fitting metaphor, right? So they'd always be like, you got to get out of your shell, come out into the real world, But hey, all right, Ben, you had a similar issue for a bit though. But anyways, what was funny is that my sister came to visit me with family once, and so my sister met all of my college roommates, and she called me a turtle, and then everyone got really excited. They're like, "Oh my god, you call him a turtle too?" And it's like, yeah, because that's what he's like. He's just like in his shell, and they were just having a bonding moment over that, and I just randomly remembered that. So plus I'm pretty sure Ben was like or was it Tom? I don't remember. I think it was Tom maybe that took over my Haywyre Facebook page and was posting about me being a turtle on it. This was like before I had that many people following me, and I freaked out when I saw him post about it. It was like some really weird like POV block of text about like what it's like being a turtle or something, and everybody thought I was high, and people were like concerned about me. They're like, "Are you all right? Why are you posting about this?" Haywyre, but yeah, that never happened again. Never again. All right, listen. I was trying to hold back from using cone sound drum loops earlier, but we're gonna do it now. Let's go into the Ooh, this sounds like it could be a banger drum loop for a Christmas track. Hold on, let me get the buffer rate back down. Click the YouTube video, dude. I'm not gonna click the YouTube video while I'm streaming. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. That's kind of a cool little riff. Let's try to tighten up. No, let's just leave it. It gets a little too complicated when it's not quantized, but why don't we record that little riff? That was a decent take. What if we let's get some kind of like bass, some kind of funky bass thing going here. I'm almost curious. What if we speed this up? It sounds kind of weird, but maybe we could try to redo it. Get a basic little beat going here, and it's like 3:34. I'm just kind of like sketching random stuff before I start wrapping things up here. Just set up some quick sidechain here. There's some kind of crackling going on, but I don't know why. barely have anything going in here. I think we could try to reduce the voices here and enable thinning. It's still kind of crackling a little bit, which is pretty annoying. I guess I'm at 96. Maybe I should increase it. I'll increase it real quick to 128. That should be good enough. Also, I gotta say, I'm super excited to try to save up for a new system. I do think that my PC would be it'd probably run a bit better if I did a clean wipe and reinstalled everything, but the new system is going to be awesome. Some compression going on here. Let's get some other sounds in here. It's kind of cool. See if we can do some like low passed saw chords. totally mess up the I think this random jam is probably how I'm going to wrap things up here. Had a lot of fun today. It's kind of noodling around a lot, but... But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. It was an interesting session. I feel like I got some very micro refinements done on the track with George Braken, and sketched out some really kind of rough other ideas today, which is fun. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out and for follows and just chatting and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Can you play with that piano effect, the endless YouTube version? Oh man, I don't remember what I played. I mean, I'll be honest. I remember, people in past streams and stuff have been like, "Oh, you should play Blind Faith and stuff like that." And I mean, outside of songs that have like very like main melodies, a lot of piano stuff is just improv. So I have improved so much stuff like that to me it was just something I was doing in the moment, and I just put it out as like Blind Faith, for example. That was just an improv. Then I just put it out as a song. So I'm trying to remember what that was, but I can't think of it off the top of my head because it was just something I came up with briefly on the spot. But let's build a computer. Actually, Lego Bane is the one that built this computer with me during the COVID pandemic. I'm considering going the Mac Studio route. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think I'm in a huge rush. I don't know how bad it's going to get once the updates stop coming in October, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to head out, y'all. Thanks again for chilling. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. There's kind of hard to escape how much is happening in the world these days. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely, I'm sure a lot of people feel the heaviness of what's going on. So hope you guys are taking care of yourselves out there, and I shall be back. What is it today? Thursday? I'll be back tomorrow for Feedback Fridays. So, are we gonna listen to some more tunes that you guys are submitting? And I'm super stoked. So, also, I forgot to mention this, but pretty rad. I think some of you guys have noticed that my Toby Fox remix is gonna be on the Monster Cat package, so that is going to get released after all, which is pretty awesome. I know some of you guys saw me working on that during a stream, and so that's some pretty cool piece of news from today. I think they literally announced it today. So yeah, and on that note, I shall revert back to my turtle form and enjoy continuing to work on my own. Peace out, y'all. Till next time. Whoa, what is happening in that? What are all these emotes? All right. See you guys later. Thank you.
Do you hear what I hear? Do you care if I'm here?